What if learning could be an adventure? Welcome to Academic 51. Discover the mysteries behind the facts. From ancient secrets to modern marvels, we uncover it all. Ignite your curiosity and expand your mind. Subscribe now to Academic 51 and join the journey of discovery.
Samsung's story did not start with shiny electronics. It began much more simply. In 1938, a man named Lee Byung-chul had an idea. He founded a small trading company in Daegu, Korea. He called it Samsung Sangho. At that time, Korea was under Japanese rule. Starting a new business was a brave step. Lee was an entrepreneur with a vision for the future. He wanted to build something lasting for his country. This small company would grow into a global giant. The early Samsung focused on local trade. They dealt in groceries and noodles. Lee Byung-chul exported dried fish and local produce. He sold these goods to Manchuria and Beijing. The company had only 40 employees at the start. It was a modest operation, yet it was built on ambition and hard work. Samsung means 3 stars in Korean. Lee chose this name with a purpose. The stars represented something big, numerous and powerful. He hoped his company would reflect these qualities. The path was not always smooth for Samsung. The Korean War in the early 1950s brought many challenges. Businesses across the peninsula faced destruction and upheaval. Lee Byung-chul lost his initial assets during the war, but he was determined not to give up. He restarted his business in Busan. This resilience became a hallmark of Samsung. The company learned to adapt and survive. This early spirit helped shape its future expansion and diversification into many different fields. After the war, Samsung expanded into other areas. Lee Byung-chul ventured into textiles. He built the largest woolen mill in Korea. He also moved into sugar refining. These were important industries for post-war Korea. The country needed to rebuild its economy. Samsung played a part in this national effort. Lee's vision was broadening. He saw opportunities for growth and development. This period laid the groundwork for Samsung's later entry into more complex industries like electronics. The late 1960s marked a major turning point for Samsung. The company made a bold decision. It decided to enter the electronics industry. This was a completely new field for them. South Korea was also trying to develop its own tech sector. The government encouraged companies to invest in manufacturing. Samsung saw this as a crucial opportunity for growth. In 1969, Samsung Sanyo Electronics was established. This was Samsung's first step into the world of high technology. Many people were skeptical at first. Their first electronic products were simple. Samsung began by producing black and white television sets. The first model was the P3202. This happened in 1970. These early TVs were often made with technology from Sanyo, a Japanese company. It was a learning process for Samsung. They had to build manufacturing skills. They needed engineers and technicians. The company invested heavily in training its workforce. It was a challenging but necessary step towards becoming self-reliant in technology. Learning to make electronics was not easy. Samsung faced many difficulties. Quality control was a big hurdle. Competing with established Japanese and Western brands was tough. However, Samsung persevered. They focused on improving their products. They also worked on reducing costs. The South Korean government provided strong support. There was a national drive to build an export-oriented economy. Electronics was seen as a key industry for this goal. Samsung was at the forefront of this national ambition. By the mid-1970s, Samsung started to see success. They began exporting their black and white TVs. They also started producing color televisions. This was a significant milestone. The company was learning quickly. They were absorbing new technologies. Samsung also expanded into home appliances. They started making washing machines and refrigerators. The electronics division was growing fast. It was becoming a core part of Samsung's business. This set the stage for future global dominance in the consumer electronics market. During the 1970s and 1980s, Samsung rapidly expanded its electronics business. The company focused on mass production. They aimed to make affordable electronics for everyone. This strategy helped them gain market share quickly. Samsung invested in research and development. They wanted to create their own technologies. They began producing more complex products. This included VCRs, microwave ovens, and personal computers. The company was no longer just assembling parts, it was innovating and designing its own goods. A key part of Samsung's strategy was exports. They looked beyond the domestic Korean market. They targeted consumers in North America and Europe. Initially, Samsung products were often seen as cheap alternatives. They did not have the brand prestige of Japanese or American companies. However, Samsung worked hard to change this perception. They focused relentlessly on improving quality. Chairman Lee Kun-hee, who took over in 1987, famously said, "Change everything except your wife and kids." This pushed Samsung towards a new era of quality. Samsung started to invest heavily in semiconductor manufacturing. This was a very strategic move. Memory chips were becoming essential components in all electronic devices. By producing its own chips, Samsung could control its supply chain. It could also sell chips to other companies. In 1983, Samsung produced its first 64K DRAM chip. This was a major achievement. It showed that Samsung could compete at the highest levels of technology. This decision proved to be incredibly important for their future success. By the 1990s, Samsung was a major global player. They were one of the world's largest manufacturers of memory chips. Their consumer electronics were gaining recognition for quality and innovation. They were no longer just a follower, they were becoming a leader. The company's brand image improved significantly. Products like Samsung TVs and home appliances were sold worldwide. This period of growth transformed Samsung. It became the powerful global corporation we know today. The three stars were shining brightly. Samsung's journey in consumer electronics is filled with iconic products. One of their earliest successes was in memory chips. By the early 1990s, Samsung became a world leader in DRAM, or dynamic random access memory. This leadership in semiconductors provided a strong foundation. It allowed them to innovate in other areas. Their ability to manufacture key components in-house was a big advantage. This technological prowess fueled the development of many popular gadgets. These chips powered computers and devices globally. The mobile phone market was another area where Samsung made its mark. In the 1990s, they launched their Anycall brand of mobile phones in Korea. These phones quickly became popular. Samsung focused on design and features. They understood the importance of mobile communication. As technology evolved, Samsung transitioned to smartphones. The launch of the Samsung Galaxy S series in 2010 was a game-changer. It directly challenged Apple's iPhone. The Galaxy phones became known for their powerful hardware and innovative features. In television technology, Samsung has consistently pushed boundaries. They were pioneers in digital TVs. They invested heavily in flat-screen technologies like LCD and plasma. More recently, their QLED TVs have set new standards for picture quality. Samsung also innovated with curved screens and smart TV features. They understood that the television was becoming a central hub for home entertainment. Their focus on superior display technology extended to monitors and other screens. This made them a dominant force in the global TV market. Beyond phones and TVs, Samsung has a vast range of consumer electronics. Their home appliances like refrigerators, washing machines, and air conditioners are very popular. Samsung has been a leader in the smart home concept. They developed the SmartThings platform. This allows users to connect and control various devices. From smartwatches like the Galaxy Watch to innovative kitchen appliances, Samsung aims to integrate technology into every aspect of life. Their commitment to research and development keeps them at the forefront of consumer tech innovation. Section 5. Beyond the living room, Samsung's tech in defense. While Samsung is famous for phones and TVs, many people don't know about its defense division. Samsung's involvement in military technology began several decades ago. In 1977, Samsung Precision Company was established. This company later became Samsung Tech Win. Initially, it focused on manufacturing precision instruments and cameras. These skills in optics and precision engineering were valuable. They laid the groundwork for developing more complex defense systems. This was a strategic move to diversify the company's portfolio. The shift towards aerospace and defense products was gradual. South Korea was also building its own defense industry. The government encouraged local companies to develop military hardware. This was to reduce reliance on foreign suppliers. Samsung, with its growing technological capabilities, was a natural partner. They started by producing aircraft engines under license. They also worked on artillery systems. This was a significant step beyond consumer goods. It required different skills and a long-term investment horizon. Several factors drove Samsung's entry into the defense sector. National security was a key motivation. South Korea faces unique geopolitical challenges. Having a strong domestic defense industry is vital. Samsung saw an opportunity to contribute to this. Diversification was another reason. The defense market is different from consumer electronics. It can provide stable, long-term revenue. Developing advanced military technology also creates spillover benefits. Innovations in defense can sometimes find applications in commercial products. Early defense products from Samsung Techwin included artillery pieces. They also developed components for fighter jets and helicopters. The company gained expertise in areas like surveillance systems and robotics. This was a serious commitment. The defense industry requires high standards of quality and reliability. Samsung applied its manufacturing excellence to this new field. This expansion showed Samsung's ambition. They were not content to be just an electronics maker. They aimed to be a leader in multiple high-tech industries. Section 6. Powering Protection, Key Military Developments. One of Samsung Techwin's most famous military products is the K9 Thunder. This is a self-propelled 155mm howitzer. Development began in the late 1980s. It entered service with the South Korean Army in 1999. The K9 Thunder is highly regarded for its performance. It has a long range, high rate of fire, and good mobility. It has been a major success for Samsung's defense arm. Many countries around the world have purchased the K9. This includes India, Turkey, Poland, and Australia. This shows Samsung's capability in producing advanced defense systems. Samsung's defense division also developed advanced surveillance and security systems. This includes thermal imaging cameras and border monitoring solutions. These technologies are crucial for modern defense and security operations. Samsung's expertise in optics and electronics, originally from its camera business, proved valuable here. They also worked on unmanned ground vehicles and other robotic systems. These innovations help to enhance the capabilities of armed forces. They also protect soldiers by performing dangerous tasks remotely. These systems are critical for intelligence gathering. In the naval sector, Samsung has contributed to South Korea's maritime defense. They have developed engines for naval vessels. They also produce combat management systems and radar systems. These are complex technologies that require sophisticated engineering. Samsung's role in strengthening the South Korean Navy is significant. Their work supports the nation's ability to protect its waters. This diversification into naval systems further highlights their broad technological base. It shows their commitment to all branches of defense. The success of Samsung's military products demonstrates their engineering prowess. The K9 Thunder's international sales are a testament to this. Samsung Techwin, later Hanwha Techwin, after acquisition by Hanwha Group in 2015, became a key player. It showed that South Korean companies could compete globally in the defense market. These developments were not just about business, they were about contributing to national defense. They also helped to establish South Korea as a producer of high-quality military equipment. Samsung's legacy in this field continues under Hanwha's ownership. Section 7. The diversification drive, why Samsung spreads its wings. Samsung's strategy of diversification is a key aspect of its success. The company operates in many different industries. This ranges from electronics and shipbuilding to finance and construction. This approach is common among South Korean chaebols. Chaebols are large, family-controlled conglomerates. They have played a major role in South Korea's economic development. The diversification strategy offers several advantages. It helps to spread risk. If one sector faces a downturn, other sectors can provide stability. This makes the entire group more resilient. One major reason for diversification is to mitigate risk. Relying on a single industry can be dangerous. Market conditions can change quickly. Consumer preferences can shift. Technological disruptions can make products obsolete. By operating in various unrelated or semi-related fields, Samsung reduces its vulnerability. For example, if the smartphone market is highly competitive, profits from semiconductors or shipbuilding can help. This financial stability allows Samsung to make long-term investments. It supports sustained research and development across all its businesses. Another driver for diversification is the pursuit of synergy. Samsung often finds ways for its different businesses to support each other. For instance, Samsung's electronics division benefits from its semiconductor division. Samsung Display provides screens for Samsung smartphones and TVs. This vertical integration gives Samsung more control over its supply chain. It can improve efficiency and reduce costs. Technology developed in one area, like advanced materials, can sometimes find applications in another. This cross-pollination of ideas and technologies can lead to innovation. Chairman Lee Kun-hee's new management initiative, launched in 1993, was crucial. It pushed Samsung to become a global leader. It emphasized quality and innovation. This philosophy encouraged Samsung to enter new, challenging fields. The company aimed for excellence in every sector it operated in. Diversification was not just about size, it was about building a portfolio of world-class businesses. This ambition to lead on multiple fronts is a core part of Samsung's identity. It fuels their continuous expansion and quest for new opportunities. Section 8: Samsung Today, a global colossus. Today, in 2025, Samsung stands as a true global colossus, is a household name around the world. The company holds leading market positions in several key industries. In smartphones, Samsung's Galaxy series continues to be a top seller. It competes fiercely with Apple and other global brands. In the television market, Samsung has been the world's largest manufacturer for over 15 years. Their QLED and NeoCLED TVs are known for cutting-edge technology. They're also a dominant force in the memory chip market, supplying components to many tech companies. Samsung's global presence is vast. The company has offices and manufacturing plants in numerous countries. It employs hundreds of thousands of people worldwide. Its products are sold in almost every corner of the globe. Samsung Electronics is the flagship company of the larger Samsung Group. The group's activities extend to shipbuilding, construction, finance, and even biopharmaceuticals. This sheer scale makes Samsung a significant player in the global economy. Its performance can impact technology trends and market dynamics worldwide. The impact of Samsung on the South Korean economy is immense. It is the largest chaebol in the country. Samsung's exports contribute significantly to South Korea's GDP. The company is a major employer and a source of technological innovation. Its success has helped to elevate South Korea's status as a technologically advanced nation. However, this dominance also brings scrutiny. Issues related to corporate governance and the influence of chaebols are ongoing topics of discussion in South Korea. Samsung often finds itself at the center of these debates. Despite its strengths, Samsung faces ongoing challenges. Competition in the tech industry is relentless. Chinese manufacturers are rapidly gaining market share in smartphones and other electronics. Geopolitical tensions can affect supply chains and market access. Legal issues and leadership transitions have also presented hurdles. To stay ahead, Samsung invests heavily in research and development. They are constantly exploring new technologies like artificial intelligence, 5G, and an eventual move to 6G. Maintaining its leadership requires continuous innovation and adaptation. Section 9. Peering into tomorrow, Samsung's future path. Looking ahead, Samsung is positioning itself for the next wave of technological advancements. The company is heavily investing in future growth engines. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a major focus. Samsung aims to integrate AI into all its devices and services. This will make products smarter and more personalized. From AI-powered home appliances to advanced AI chips, Samsung sees this as a core technology. They are also deeply involved in developing 5G and 6G network infrastructure. This will enable faster connectivity for a new generation of services. The Internet of Things, or IoT, remains a key strategic area. Samsung envisions a world where all devices are seamlessly connected. Their SmartThings platform is central to this vision. They want to create an ecosystem where Samsung products work together intelligently. Another promising area for Samsung is biopharmaceuticals. Samsung Biologics is a contract development and manufacturing organization. It is becoming a significant player in the global pharmaceutical industry. This diversification into healthcare shows Samsung's ambition to tackle new challenges and opportunities beyond traditional tech. Continued leadership in the semiconductor industry is paramount for Samsung. They are investing billions in advanced chip manufacturing facilities. The demand for powerful and efficient chips is growing. This is driven by AI, data centers, and autonomous vehicles. Samsung aims to be at the forefront of semiconductor innovation. This includes developing new materials and manufacturing processes. Their ability to produce cutting-edge chips will be crucial for their competitiveness across all their electronics businesses. This is a long-term strategic bet for the company. Samsung is also increasingly focused on sustainability. They are working to reduce their environmental footprint. This includes using more recycled materials and improving energy efficiency. Corporate social responsibility is also important. Samsung is aware of its global impact. The company is navigating a complex and rapidly changing world. Geopolitical shifts, trade dynamics, and evolving consumer expectations all present challenges. However, Samsung's history shows resilience and adaptability. Their ambition to shape the future through technology remains strong as they move forward.